Greg has a good story about another little tidbit of information on how this system got going a little bit, and that was a result of his final business school that he went to down in Kansas City, where Barney Adams was a speaker.
Yeah, in 1994 in January, it was my third business school of then the process that PGA pros are trained under. Went to Kansas City, had a class that Barney Adams was the speaker, and he challenged the class of 50 or 60 students to come up with a better measure of a golf club's playability than swing weight. And swing weight has been around for 80 years. When swing weight was introduced, it was viable because everything had a steel shaft in it, and it was pretty consistent throughout the set on weighting and so on. So Barney challenged the class, gave us 15 minutes to try to come up with some better measure. Nobody could do it. Came up empty, and he read a few of the suggestions and shot holes in them right away. Just really, we couldn't come up with anything at that time. So as this evolved, that was back in '94. So as this evolved, in probably 2009, when Jim and I were down at the merchandise show, after we had created this PXIII concept and had used it for quite some time and knew, how it worked, how successful it was, we stopped into Barney Adams Golf's booth, and unfortunately Barney had already left the show. He was at, I think he had just retired not too long before that, and he was heading back for Texas, so we missed him. So we talked to the receptionist, took a business card of mine, and on the back of that I wrote, "Barney, I've got the answer to your question that you presented our class in 1994 in Kansas City, a better metric than swing weight to measure a golf club." So gave that to the gal, said make sure he gets that. And it was no more than a week later I get an email from Barney. And Barney's a brilliant guy. I mean, he has made a major impact on the golf business and the golf industry. And it was kind of funny because he just emailed me back, really no greeting or anything. He just said, "What is it? Is it MOI matching or what is it?" And so I proceeded to explain it a little bit to him, and he emailed me back and was a little nicer this time, but because he didn't know me from Man on the Moon. So he emailed me back again and said, "That sounds interesting. I always dreamed that you could take a cell phone and take it to the range and have a person hit 3 or 4 shots and have the fitting done." And as this has evolved with technology, I mean, it's really beginning to approach that capability with this PX3 concept in our software.